Within the Mafia trilogy, we of course have Mafia 2, a game many people consider to be a classic, now brought into the modern age-ish with this remaster. There's of course a brilliant game here, but it's buried under a world of issues which are quite simply difficult to comprehend. With that in mind, join me as we explore what the hell happened with Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. I firstly want to talk about the game itself, the core experience as it is, because this was my first time playing through it. The thing that struck me the most about Mafia 2 was the characters seemed way deeper than they did in Mafia 1. If you want to see go into more detail about that, then watch my Mafia 1 video, which will be in the description. All of the characters here, Vito, Joe, Henry, Leo, and loads more, are all better rounded and better characterised than anyone is in Mafia 1. Especially Joe. For me, he's on my list of favourite video game sidekicks because he's just hilarious. The stuff he shouts within gameplay constantly made me chuckle, and his entire character arc is just brilliant, and most importantly, it's believable. I see Joe do the things he does and make the decisions he makes and think, yeah, that seems about right for him. More importantly though, is how his relationship towards Vito is shown to the player. Again, referencing all the things I mentioned that I wanted from Mafia 1's supporting cast is present here. So I'm going to assume that they realised this as well. We spend a lot of time doing random shit with Joe. We go to bars, we do small crimes, we visit houses, and we dump dead bodies in the middle of the night. We get countless markers that pinpoint the moments where their relationship develops further, and it's exactly what I wanted from Mafia 1. So it's safe to say I enjoyed it here. Then we have Vito's character. The first thing I want to mention about Vito and Joe is that they are scumbags. There's no morality conflict here like there is in Mafia 1. We know the stuff we're doing is bad and we just embrace it and enjoy the ways they do the things that they do. It's a steady fall is Mafia 2 for Vito. We see how the events of the game affect his life and his relationships with the people he loves the most, as his descent into the criminal world deepens. His life becomes shallower. Another thing that's just completely awesome is how the Mafia 1 ending occurs in the game, so naturally and makes you think, oh shit, no way. Then we have the gameplay. The shooting is obviously very outdated now. It's just what you sit through to continue the story, but it does have its fun moments. Gunfights are sparse and always feel necessary when they do occur, which prevents them from becoming overwhelming and repetitive. Yes, I'm looking at you, Mafia 3. What the hell happened here? The main contents of this section is going to be glitches and bugs, but I will put in all the other things I didn't like about the game as well. I'm going to be direct. I don't know if the original game was this broken, but oh my goodness me, I had so many glitches and a couple of literal game breaking ones. I don't know if I recorded it, I hope I did, but in chapter 10 there is a section on a roof where you need to kill enemies and then activate the window cleaning machine. But for me, the enemies just didn't spawn. And then I couldn't do the window cleaner because I got a message saying I needed to take out the enemies first. But there were no enemies to kill. I tried quitting the game and restarting the chapter and it still wouldn't work. So what I had to do was restart chapter 9, the chapter before, in order to get it to work. There were numerous times where enemies just refused to go where they needed to go. Like another point in an early chapter when they wouldn't come through the door and just hid like campers. I play enough Modern Warfare Warzone to know that campers are everywhere. I don't need it in my single player games as well. And then we had a whole bunch of texture glitches and moments where facial animations decided to just simply go crazy. One of my friends sees Mafia 2 as one of his favourite ever games, so he's played it through about 10 times. And when I was telling him about all the glitches I was having in my single playthrough, he was shocked because he doesn't remember having any of them. So I don't know what happened in the remastered version to allow this. I know it's a small sample size, just me and my one unidentifiable friend, but I've also seen many other people online having the same issues. And then we have other issues with the game. The checkpointing is horrendous. Like, it's completely and utterly dreadful. Sometimes I would get put back 10 minutes after an intense shootout, which isn't helped by how fragile you are and how quickly you die. It definitely makes it more intense, that's for sure, which may be what they were going for. But if you have to rely on frustrating the player in order to make them feel tension, well, that's not good. There's also way too much melee combat for a game that has melee combat this bad, especially in the first half of the game. The AI is moronic. The amount of times cars just choose to swerve into you for seemingly no reason is way too often. It's a video game, so I'm not necessarily driving safely either, but I expect the civilians to not drive like madmen. Then we have the DLC, which I'm not going to waste my breath on. Don't play it, it's all dreadful. Mafia 2 has a story that propels this game way higher than the rest of it deserves. Vito and especially Joe carry this game to heights that make it worth playing through, despite all the horrendous glitches and cases of frustration scattered throughout your 12-hour journey as Vito Scaletta. And that is what the hell happened with Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, then please consider leaving a like, as it would be greatly appreciated, and if you want to see more content from me, then make sure to subscribe, as I upload videos just like this one every single Friday. Have a nice day, and goodbye.